Here's a bit of a progress report on the ice cream parlour. I'm just sort of wandering around having a look, and the guys have been doing an amazing job. This is the sort of penultimate stage here, with the most of the frame has been put back together. All of the timber is beautifully fitted. You can see the big joint here on the corner brace. Absolutely beautiful. And what they're busy doing at the moment is finishing fitting these infill panels, and you'll notice around the outside here they've been caulked with oakum. As we go in close, you can see that it's been really hammered in tight. That's been hammered in very, very hard to form an almost solid joint, but it's waterproof and flexible. And there's a little bit more to do, and we're going to show you how that's done in a second. And then Ryan over here is doing a protective coat. What he's doing is what I get everybody to do, and he's just putting in some lime over the top of the oakum. And the only reason this is going in is just to stop birds and things from pecking it. This is a bit soft and squishy, this lime. I don't like it. It's a lime putty that they bought, and it's too wet. You can see where it's shrinking a bit. It doesn't matter, because it's only a little protective coat that's going on, just to cover up the oakum and get a bit of a seal. And then next week these panels are getting lime plastered, so you'll be able to see the final product. So what I'll do, I'm going to get Rye to actually do some caulking. This is the caulking expert here, and he's going to do a demo of how we actually caulk up round these panels. So the most important thing with these is that you've got all sorts of differential movement. You've got timber here which is shrinking. This is green oak. This is obviously old oak, so it's a lot more solid. And these are fairly rigid panels in the middle. These are a modern wood wall board, which is quite rigid. So you're going to get movement. You're going to get some cracking around the edge of the panels, and the cracking around the edge of the panels allows water ingress, obviously. Oakum is flexible, it's waterproof, and you can see that it gives a very tight, movable but waterproof seal, and that's what we're aiming for. We want something that, in time, if there is an issue with it and a bit of water gets through, what we can do is get the caulking iron and just hammer this in a bit tighter. So I could come in here, let's assume that this is the finished product. There's a little bit of lime here, but behind it we know is oakum. So all we got to do is get the caulking iron and just tap it in, just tighten that joint, and then put a little bit of lime over the top again to fill it in and make it completely weatherproof. So it's a system that you can play with. It's a system that you can adjust. It allows you to waterproof gaps and cracks in the frame at any point. While Rye's just getting himself organised, what I'm going to do, I'll also show you these are some of the joints between old and new, and you'll see that the joint is sloping in two directions. It's got a downward slope there to allow water to run off, and it is also sloping out of the frame at that angle. So it's quite a complicated joint for these guys to do, but you'll see it's a beautifully tight joint, but it is able to drain. So there's the sort of joint that you're looking for on timber framing. It has to be able to drain. And these are, I think you can see, this is the big tie beam cut into the corner post, and then they've got these lovely big curved raking braces, absolutely superb, and the new jowl post. And again, you can see the original wall plate up there, the end of the wall plate that comes out. It was carved, but it had all rotted off, So they put a new piece on and fixed that on as well, just to complete the picture. Right. So let's go over and do a little bit of oakum caulking.